those guys to start talking and bring up their mics.
Well, hi, everybody. This is Chip Wolverton, and we're here for homecoming football. We're in J. Leslie Rollins Stadium, high above Bradford Field on the campus of Buena Vista College in the beautiful city of Storm Lake, Iowa. We're ready here for homecoming football. And, of course, with homecoming football come all the homecoming festivities. Today we have coronation at about 1:15. The Buena Vista Valor, the marching band, under the direction of Gary C. Fugman. We've got an interview that we taped earlier with head coach Tevin Twait. My partner for all the hoopla today will be Casey Chaplin, and we're about knee-deep in the hoopla right now. Casey will try and wade through some of this. First of all, let's take a look at the homecoming and the homecoming king and queen, the candidates. Who do you think is going to come out on top in this race?
Well, first, Chip, it's kind of a tough pick since all candidates have been playing so well all this week. I think for the king candidate, I have to go with Steve Anderson since he lives on my floor. He's had a bad knee lately from IM football, but he should come through like a true player. And I think my pick for the queen would be Lori Lars. She's the athletic trainer here for the football team, and I think she'll be a good pick.
All right, well, I'm going to have to differ on both counts. I think that for the queen, I'm going to have to go with Sheila Subert. You know, she's the one who's kind of run this whole homecoming thing, and I think that's going to go through voters' minds when they look at making their pick for queen, as she's done a marvelous job with all of the homecoming festivities all week long. And for king, I got to go with my buddy Brian Kuhlman. Of course, no one knows him by that name. It's Sumo. How can you vote against a big guy like that? Otherwise, who knows what might happen to you. The game, though, is the big focus of today. And Casey, what do you think about the game?
Well, the game today features BV, of course, 0-4 in the conference, and Wartburg 3-2.
Yep. Okay, well, we told you we'd have an interview with Coach Kevin Twait. I had a chance to talk to him earlier, and let's take a look at that interview. Hi, everybody. This is Chip Wolverton, and I'm here with head football coach Kevin Twait. Coach Twait, first of all, let's talk about last week a little bit. Without dwelling on it too much, I guess the one positive I thought was the turnaround in the second half. What went on at halftime that kind of caused everyone to turn it up a notch?
Well, I think maybe more than anything, the kids' pride was hurt. I mean, you give up as many yards we gave up on defense and as many points as we gave up, you sure don't want that to happen in the second half. And we played much better defensively. Offensively, the first half, we should have scored 2 more touchdowns. Had we done that, I think our defense probably does play better in the first half, and we blow some opportunities there offensively. On offense, the second half we did score 3 touchdowns. Defensively, we held them to 1. In the first 6 series of the second half, we shut them down. We've got to build on those things and hopefully get ready to play Wartburg. But not much really was said. We just came out, we're more aggressive, attacked a little harder, played more aggressive defense.
All right, and definitely a good building point. And then coming into this week, what are your new goals for the rest of the season? How have they changed since the beginning of the year?
Well, we started out, Chip, we wanted to have a winning season. You know, we wanted to go at least 5-4, have a winning season, get back on the right course. Obviously, now we're 0-5. We can't do that. Our goals change. You know, what we want to do now is go 4-4 in our conference, finish in the upper division, win our last 4 football games, build some momentum for the off-season program, build some momentum for recruiting, but mainly go 4-4 and finish in the upper division of our conference, which we think is very realistic if we play up to our potential.
All right, and you start the rest of the season with homecoming this week against Wartburg. Let's talk about a little bit about homecoming and emotion. How do you think that emotion and the homecoming, what kind of effects do they have in a ball game?
I think maybe 2 effects. One, I think maybe you're a little more charged up and there's more people in the stands, more people are talking about the game. I think that's a positive. The other fact that maybe not so positive is more distractions. You know, there's more things going on at night. There's more things going on here and there and everywhere else, and I'm not sure that's always good. But I think it helps charge the kids up, which I think is a positive thing. And it's always fun to play in front of a bunch of people. I think it'll be a great crowd.
All right, let's hope so. Wartburg Knights, offensively, what does your team have to do to stop Wartburg?
We've got to stop their running game, Chip. They have a tremendous fullback from Clinton named Mark Kelly. He's a senior, an all-conference type fullback. He's big. He's 6'2", 2 1/4, and packs a punch when he blocks and runs the ball very well. They've got a sophomore tailback named Bob Beatty from Independence. Bob led the conference in rushing a year ago as a freshman. Now he's a sophomore. So they have a great 1-2 punch with their fullback and tailback. Their offensive line really struggled early in the year. The last 2 weeks they put 56 points on the board against the Fine Luther team, 62 points last week against William Penn. They're really moving the football. So we've got to stop the running game. And when they do throw, it's a bootleg action. It's sprint out. Our defensive ends have to contain the quarterback, keep Andy out in the pocket. If you don't, he'll hurt you with his scrambling. So it's a tall order for the defense.
Okay, and Wartburg defensively, what kind of schemes are they going to throw at you on offense, and how are we going to attack the defense?
They'll run a 5-2 defense. They're very talented in their defensive secondary. They've got a free safety that's outstanding, a corner that's outstanding. If they have a weakness, I think it may be at linebacker. I don't think their linebackers are the linebackers that Wartburg normally has. They're very good in their TNTs. Their nose guard and 2 tackles are outstanding. Their defensive ends are solid. We've got to mix it up. We've got to run the ball effectively, kind of pick up where we left off last week running the football. If we can rush for 175 to 225 yards and then mix in our pass and throw for between 150 and 200 yards, we'll have, that's what we want to do. We have to, I think, mix the run and pass better than we did last week. We have to protect the quarterback better. We did not protect Mike Powell very well last week, and we need to do that better. If we do, he'll complete some passes.
Okay, so still looking for that 60-40, 50-50 split then on offense between the run and the pass?
You bet. I think we need to do that against a team like Wartburg. Last week, Upper Iowa was not very well, or did not defense to run very well. We took advantage of some unbalanced formations and did some things with our sweep. I don't think Wartburg will allow us to do that, but we're sure going to make them adjust and see if they can.
Okay, thank you, Coach Tway. That's all from here. We'll be back with the game after a few minutes. All right, well, you had a chance to hear Coach Twait's views on the game. Always going to get upbeat out of Coach Twait. He really seriously thinks he can win those last 4 games, and I don't see any reason why they can't if they play up to their capabilities. Definitely a lot of talent. Let's just move right away into the team previews. We'll start with BV, of course. Coach Kevin Twait is his third season at the helm of the BV football team. Of course, former BV quarterback in the early 80s. And he brings an 0-2 record against Wartburg into the game, looking to bring it to 1-2.
And Bob Nielsen, the coach for Wartburg, he's in his 2nd season. He served 8 years as an assistant at Wartburg. He's also an 82 Wartburg alumnus. He's currently also the Wartburg Athletic Director.
All right, in the series, BV and Wartburg are tied in the series, 25 wins apiece. There's also, I believe, 3 ties in the series. And a couple times teams have put streaks of 6 wins straight together. Wartburg has won the last 3 meetings, including last year 27-14, and BV's last win in 1988 was a 37-6 victory in Storm Lake.
The last meeting between these 2 teams, of course, last year at Wartburg, played in terrible conditions after the ice storm. BV was defeated 26-6. Wartburg was able to move the ball well. He had 185 yards on the ground, also 182 yards passing. The defense for Wartburg held BV to 66 yards on the ground and 114 in the air. It's going to be very important today for BV to keep the running game going. Last year, they also, on defense, we had Troy Thompson with 13 tackles and Mitch Pichette for 10.
Vista College proudly presents.
All right, well, here comes the Buena Vista Valor onto the field. Let's listen to them for a while on the Beaver Football pregame show.
Drum majors are Heather Newberg and Jim Martin. The color guard captain is Charity Forbes. The Buena Vista Valor.
One, two, three, four.
singing our national anthem. One, two, three.
There you have it, the national anthem. The Buena Vista Valor under the direction of Gary Fugman. And we're about ready to get underway with coronation here. See, the MC for today's ceremonies is going to be Todd Hogan. And he'll introduce the candidates and tell the winner eventually at the end of it.
Good afternoon and welcome to Buena Vista's Rumbling Country Homecoming Coronation. My name is Todd Hogan and I will be the MC for today's ceremony. Now without further ado, let's meet the 1992 Homecoming Court. Brenda Lee Booman and Christopher Edward Hyde. She is the daughter of Robert and Greta Booman of Battle Creek, Iowa. Christopher is a management information systems major. He is the son of Ed and Karen Carroll, Iowa. Amy Christine Waller and Matthew Eric Cole. Amy is a mass communication and philosophy major. She is the daughter of Don and Connie Waller of Boonville, Iowa. Matthew is a corporate communication major. He is the son of Richard and Marilyn Cole of Winterset, Iowa. Lori Christine Lars and Stephen Lee Anderson. Lori is a biology and athletic training major. She is the daughter of Warren and Doris Lars of Michigan, Iowa. Stephen is an accounting major. He is the son of Ivan and Marjorie Anderson of Audubon, Iowa. Stephen Ray Stewart and Michael William Lovey. She is the daughter of Gene and Ethel Stewart of Strand, Iowa. Michael is an athletic training major. He is the son of Charles and Cynthia Wright of Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. Amy Irons and Brian Wayne Newman. Amy is a political science and English major. She is the daughter of Gail and Paula Aarons of Humboldt, Iowa. And Brian is a corporate communication major. He is the son of Wayne and Wani Kuhlman of Ricketts, Iowa. Let's have a big round of applause for all of the candidates. And at this time, we would like to extend a special thank you to Raids and Riches and Rust's Western Shed of Storm Lake for providing country apparel for all of the candidates and participants of today's ceremony. And also to Sarah Seaton and Michelle Lou for assisting with the coronation. And a big thank you to Megan Vadness, the chairperson of today's coronation. At this time, we would like to welcome back the 1991 homecoming king and queen, Mark Carmack and Angie Brown Williams. 1992 King and Queen. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Dean Orton, President of the Student Activities Board, will now present me with the envelope containing the names of the 1992 Homecoming King and Queen.
Where's she at?
The 1992 Homecoming King is Michael Wright. Homecoming Queen is Sheila.
Sheila Subert, deserving indeed. Homecoming King and Queen for 1992. Well, let's go right into the starting lineups. Beaver captains are on the field, and Wartburg captains on their way out there as the band leaves the field. For Buena Vista on offense. The flanker, Kent Bailey, although I saw he's in street clothes today, so I would imagine Brett Schwiesel will get the start at flanker. Tight end, one tight end is Zach Cole, 6'6", 225-pound sophomore. Right tackle, Frank Martin III. Right guard is Pat Romig. The center, Kenny Medlin. Little switching in positions there on the offensive line for this game, Medlin and Romig. The left guard is Craig Canuck, and the left tackle, the other 300-pounder on that line, Jason Nelson. The split end is going to be Spencer Curtis. They're going to go with just the one tight end formation due to the injuries, I believe, to Mark Hoekstra, and a concussion and a broken neck suffered by a couple other Beaver tight ends. And in the backfield, Jim Hendrickson, the junior out of St. Ansgar, and Darren Hausman, the little tailback from Estherville. Doing the kicking today for the Beavers is going to be Scott France.
For Wartburg on defense today, we're going to have the right end be Kobe Kreinberg, a 6', 205-pound junior. The right tackle, Derek Good, a 6', 240-pound senior. The nose guard, we have two probable starters, Tyrone Griffin, a 6'2", 240-pound junior, or Matt Entz, a 6'2", 230-pound sophomore. The left tackle, Darren Borman. The left end, Grant Bearbauer. In the linebackers, we have the right linebacker, Alan Thompson. The left linebacker, Dan Heidemann. The cornerbacks, right cornerback, we have Tony Van Ort. The left cornerback, two more probable starters again, Joe Walczek or Craig Barnum. The strong safety, Dave Edwards. The free safety, Chad Klunder. And punting for the Wartburg today be Mike Gabrielson.
All right, for Wartburg on offense, the left tackle, Jeff Hugel. At left guard, Vince Penningroff. The center is Matt Hill. At At right guard, we've got Jim White as the Beavers come out in their swarm from the end zone. Right tackle, Kyle Schaefer, and the tight end is Todd Casey. At quarterback for the Knights, Andy Ott. Split end is Mike Gabrielson. He's also listed as the starter for flanker, so that's be interesting to see how they come out in that formation. Tailback is Bob Beatty, and the fullback's going to be Mark Kelly. Doing the kicking for Wartburg is Corey Tafoya.
And the defense for BV trying to stop that offense. They're starting at right end. We have Jason Cluckhone, a 6 foot, 220-pound sophomore. The right tackle, Jason Stolzfoots, a 6 foot 1, 250-pound senior. And the nose guard, Chris Behrens, a junior, 230 pounds. The left tackle, Jason Edwards, a sophomore also. The left end, Jamie Anderson, a 6 foot 2, 224-pound sophomore. And at linebackers, we have the right linebacker, Jamie Van Berkham, a 5'11", 190-pound junior. The left linebacker, Mitch Kashat, a 6 foot, 176-pound sophomore. The cornerbacks today will be Troy Thompson, a 6 foot 1, 192-pound sophomore. And the left cornerback, Brent Achenbach, 5'11", 175-pound sophomore. The safeties today at strong safety, Dan Roberts, a 5'11", 186-pound sophomore. And free safety, Kerry Murphy, a 6 foot, 177-pound junior. And doing the punting today for BV will be Troy Stodder.
All right, well, very briefly and very quickly, last week, of course, the Beavers lost to Upper Iowa by a score of 42-24. Now, basically, it was a story in the first half. Upper Iowa had 35-6 at halftime. BV shut them down in the second half, but just couldn't overcome that huge deficit. And Wartburg last week, big game for them.
Of course, last week, Wartburg beating William Penn 62-3 at Oskaloosa. Wartburg running for 308 yards in that game. And of course, the BV defense, I have it lined up for them, trying to get that stop. Their defense also held William Penn to only about 13 yards rushing on 28 carries. So the powerful BV running game had to overcome that defense. And also throw the ball a little bit better, keep them loose.
All right, we're all pumped up and ready to go here. Homecoming football about underway. Dan Rao is going to be doing the kicking off for Buena Vista. He will kick to the deep man. That's Chad Klunder. And he's got two men, one on either side. Kobe Kreinberg, on one side. And on the other side of him, he's got Craig Barnum. So Dan Rao will get things underway here. Homecoming coming to its culminating point here with the football game, and we're looking for a good, close game here today.
Looking for the Beaver defense to stop the Wartburg rush early. As Coach Twait said, their front line's been tough lately. They were hurt early.
Okay, yeah, and they've made some changes on that offensive line. Hopefully that might be the key to the problems that the Beavers have been having and giving Mike Powell some protection. You heard Coach talking about that in the pregame interview. Well, here's Dan Rao to kick things underway, and homecoming is underway. It's a short kick. Looks like it'll go out of bounds, and there comes the flag. Wartburg will more than likely elect to take it at the 35-yard line.
That kick short into the corner. I think Rao trying to avoid the deep men from Wartburg, trying to keep away from maybe their speed a little bit.
We talked to Coach Twait. That's one of the things that he's been most disappointed in this year is that kicking game and the special teams in general. The kickoffs have really been a sore spot in Coach Twait's mind on the special teams. So Wartburg will take over now at their own 35. It'll be 1st and 10 there. And Andy Ott brings the Knights onto the team for their first drive and the first drive of the ball game. Two men wide to the far side.
High formation for Wartburg.
Ott under center. So motion looks like early, and the flag's going to be thrown. Ott's going to get a free play, throws it over the intended receiver's head. That was Don Smith out there. We'll have to see what the call was.
Looked as if Ott knew he had the free play, just trying to get it downfield a little ways after pulling the defense off sides.
And that is the call. So they'll mark off 5 yards against BV, and it'll be 1st and 5 now for Wartburg at the 40-yard line.
Feel like the left side of our line come off sides there a bit on the count.
Yeah, that's Jamie Anderson and Jason Edwards over there, two pretty excitable guys on the defense.
Yes, they are emotional players for that line.
So Wartburg comes back with that same setup. It's Don Smith who's going to be the flanker. Gabrielson wide to the far side. Handoff up the middle. It's Beatty. Fights his way for a few yards. Finally brought down After a gain of about 3, Mitch Cachette and Jason Edwards combined there on the tackle.
Not much of a hole in the line there for Wartburg, but with that big fullback, they just kind of powered up to us and get about 4 yards on the carry. Beatty, of course, I guess last week, breaking the Wartburg all-time rushing record. So he's had a big career there too.
Now they send their receivers to the near side. Still got that eye set. Not much room between the tailback and the fullback in their eye. To the first man through, that's Kelly. It looks like he's got the first down by about a yard. 2 yards on the carry. Brought down again by Cachette.
They just go up in the middle with Mark Kelly in that I formation. He's a big fullback, about 225 pounds. They just power up the middle against us again.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for Wartburg. They move the ball out to the 46-yard line of their own 46-yard line. Now they send men wide to either side.
Here's that play again. You can see they go to the...
This is live, and this is Beatty. He breaks outside of one man, and a nice ankle tackle there. Drug Achenbach for a few yards, but not until he got that first down down to the 41-yard line of Buena Vista.
Looks like about an 11, 12-yard carry, but Achenbach really saving a big gain with that tackle in the open field.
Nice cut to the outside that time by Beatty. And it looks like that Wartburg running attack's on the mark early here.
That play action, I think, brought the defense up a little bit and got behind them.
So now they come in with a 2 tight end set. Gabrielson, the lone flanker. The pitch this time to Beatty over the left side. Not much running room over there. They ran to the short side of the field. Might have gotten a yard. Forced out of bounds there by Thompson and Anderson. Cachette also comes in out of the pile.
The pitch to the near side, I think they go to the short side trying to fool the defense, but a great play by Troy Thompson. Thompson, a lot smaller than the big fullback Mark Kelly, but he took him on well and pushed the play back and out of bounds.
Well, Cachette already having a big game already. He's been in on about every tackle, and that was about the case last week against Upper Iowa. He had 16 tackles, 9 of them unassisted. He's not a very big linebacker, but he's a hard hitter, and he makes up for size with his heart. Out again from the eye. Again, some movement, not back to pass. Flag down, he's going over top, and it's going to be bouncing off the hands of Smith. Kerry Murphy was back there, just kind of a floater pass, and we're going to have 2 flags now on the play.
It's like a flag in the line, maybe a little movement in the offensive line and the defense both moved, and then a flag in the defensive backfield. I think Murphy's going to call for interference if we get that far in the play. Looks like the right side of the Beaver defensive line moved, and also maybe the left side of the Wartburg offensive line. We'll see the call here.
Well, there's the pass interference, and apparently that's the penalty that they're going to take. That, of course, a 15-yard penalty, and that'll give them a first down.
As we said earlier, there was 2 flags thrown. We've only seen 1 call so far.
And they march it down there to the BV 24-yard line. So backs against the all wall early. First down for Wartburg.
Apparently the first flag must have been on the Beavers from offside because they only called one penalty on the interference.
All right, now Wartburg again with the 2 men wide out in the eye. Andy out under center. There's a draw to Kelly. This time he fumbles the ball. It's picked up by Jason Anderson. He picks it up. He's to the 30. He's out to the 40. He's got 1 man to beat to the 50. To the 40. Diving and missing is Kelly, and brought down finally at the 20-yard line. Whoa, what a play by Jason Anderson. Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the sideline. Finally was brought down. Looks like that was the tight end, Todd Casey. And a big play for the Beavers that time.
Jason Edwards took up the fumble. I think it was forced by Jamie Anderson. He might have slapped the ball away, and Edwards just picked it up and ran on the sideline. More people to the 30-yard line.
They're going to mark the ball down at the 22-yard line, and the Beavers will take over on offense. Big play for the Beavers there. Had their backs against the wall, had some penalties called on them early. And now they've got the ball in Wartburg territory deep and looking to score. Looks like Zach Dillaboo is going to be the starter. He gives it to Hausman on the draw up the middle, and he's stacked up there, knocked around, and piled up. Might have gained a yard on the play, if that. brought down by the middle of that Wartburg line.
Again, the quarterback, Zach Dillon, starter. Give it to Hausman. A lot of size in that Wartburg front line. Not much playing room in there.
Alan Thompson, the inside linebacker, leads the tackle on that play.
No gain on the play for Buena Vista, carried by Hausman, 2nd and 10.
No gain there. Craig Williams and Spencer Curtis wide to either side. Dillevue back to pass, looking to his left. Going to be a draw to Jim Henderson. He's got it to the 20, down to about the 15 before he's forced out of bounds again by Alan Thompson, as well, as number 27, Kobe Kreinberg, the left end.
Looks like a gain of about 6 yards in the play, 6 or 7. The screen to Jimmy Henderson set up really well, taking advantage of the aggressive Wartburg defense coming up field fast. Dillevue just drops back and tosses it off to Jimmy.
3rd down and 4 now from the Wartburg 15. This is a quick pitch to Hausman around the right end, cuts it upfield, down to almost the 10-yard line. It's going to be interesting to see where